Okay, so I just punched 2 holes in the side of the cabinet here. It's kind of ugly, but I think I'm going to drop the wire down over here. I can always fill those up with a little bit of sealant if I don't like it and reroute it, but it puts it in right here. I probably get one of those, I need to order one of those RV inlets. Those are nice and clean. That would look pretty nice on the outside, I think, but it's kind of ugly. I could have run it up, you know, come in up there maybe. That might be a better option, but just for now it's right here. I can get it going quick. That's what I'm going to do. So I already have these connected up to the panels. They're fused, as you saw before. I'm going to plug them into the charger. First I'm going to check them to make sure my polarity is correct. So I'm going to get my multimeter here. And I'm going to see, just confirm here without shorting them out. If I short them out, then I blow my expensive fuse out there, and I don't really want to do that. So we're going to make sure, just confirm that these are correct. I got like no sun, so. Alright, so we are at 41 volts. It's giving me some warning deal. Looks correct. 41, let me reverse them. Make sure. Are negative. Negative 41. So it looks correct. Oh, I see a panel light, guys. It says charging. Cool, huh? Okay, so 13. It's pumped them up to 13 already. All right, that's awesome. Take a look at this, guys. All right, so as of right now, overcast day, rainy, dark clouds, everything. I'm still seeing power from the solar panel. I don't know what these controls to, so I'm gonna find out right now. See if I can there's any, if I can tell how much power is coming in. I'm guessing not a lot. But I'm gonna read the manual here and see what this menu does, and maybe I can see how much power is actually coming in. Voltage in is 37.2 volts. Current is 0.8. So I'm not getting a lot of amps out of this thing. I should be able to go up to like 20. If I get a full day, you know, full sunlight, that's probably going to jump up to like, I don't know, 15 or something like that. Or not 15, probably 10, probably 8, 10 amps. So I'm only at like 1 amp. One charging amp though on an overcast day doesn't seem incredibly bad to me. Let's keep going through the menu. What's it do here? Charging current, battery capacity. We're at 98% battery capacity. 97, well, it just dropped. That's not good. 98, well, that's a 98. Well, let's just see if it charges it up to 100 just by sitting here. I don't know how. 99, 99, 98. So it's hovering around 97 to 99. It's probably figuring out the battery. Let's check the battery voltage. 13.1. That's good. It's already up. Load current, I have nothing, so I won't have anything on the load current. Accumulated amp hours, nothing. I just turned it on, so that'll tell me how many amp hours I will accumulate with the panels. That'll be over time. What's the next one? Discharged amp hours should be none because I haven't done anything. Ambient temperature is 17 Celsius. So I'd like to change that to Fahrenheit if I can, but I don't know if I can. Let's just for fun, I'm going to push that one. We're on 12 volt system. It knows everything. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, so I guess I could start working on the inverter setup right now. And I'm going to have to clip this cord though. I'm not too excited about that. That's not real fun because that's my generator in. And yeah, I don't know. I'm not really looking forward to that. But I can always put a junction box and connect everything up if I don't like it, and maybe make a switched deal where I can run it just straight generator or, you know, generator inverter. Because the problem The problem with this inverter is it won't let you run the inverter. You have to turn the inverter on for the pass-through generator to work. Done. Well, unfortunately, I forgot my little buzzsaw thing. I thought I brought my multi-tool, the thing that I can buzz in on these 90-degree angles. I thought I threw it in the bag, but I guess I didn't. So now I'm going to have to, I guess, do this by hand. I don't know how else to do this. Well, it worked. All right, put that down below. Okay, so let's see if we can get this in frame. I'm going to try to attempt to put this conduit into the Ames power supply, which is right here. See this right here? So there's this panel you have to take off. AC input, and then AC output. So output going directly to the AC panel, and then input would be generator, so, or line power or whatever. But I've got to try to put this in here. I got to put two of these, one in, one out. I'm going to do it down here instead of trying to do it when it's on the wall, and then I'll have this nice pigtail that I can just cut to length and plug it in. I put a junction box in there, which I'll show you in a little bit, but I'm going to attempt, if I can get this on frame, to do this. I'll show you how tight this is and how difficult this has actually been. If your Ames if you're Ames and you're listening, this needs to be bigger. I mean, it's a little bit ridiculous because, you know, I know it's made for probably like an RV or something, but you're still going to have to wire nut this stuff on, and I'm expecting this not to go too well, but you never know. I'm going to try it. What I'm going to have to do is run, I'm guessing run, if you can see this, it doesn't matter which one, these are both going to be the same, but essentially run this through here. And I don't know if tightening this down really even does anything. I don't think, I guess there's a little bit of a, yeah, there's a washer in there. Okay, so that washer will tighten down. It's pretty crinkly though. Wow. All right, so I'm going to leave that loose. It doesn't matter, I can put it on later, but so this, I'm just going to go for the, AC output. So this is the part that's going to go into the box. I mean, there's really not a lot of room in here. It's like maybe, what, an inch deep? It's just not. It's pretty bad. So I'm going to do my best here to try to get these things on here. I really want them inside this box just for safety, just for safety's sake. So it is working. It's not the greatest situation. It's tight though. It's tight. There's no bare wire showing. It did pull it in. Gosh, that's not great. And then this is the ground, okay. So that's a bare wire, that's fine, that'll be okay. I'm not too worried about that. I'm gonna see if I can just put this in there carefully. It's not a lot of room, man, there's just none. It's not ideal. It's just so bad. I'm hoping I can just get those in there. It's gonna go. It's gonna go. It's not gonna be pretty, but it does fit in there, guys. I wouldn't say, I say you don't have a whole lot of room. It's going. So yeah, it does go. Let's see if we can put the cover and just kind of see what that will do. Can I get the cover on it? Yeah, it's gonna go. It's just really tight. Okay, it is getting dark. Darker. It's about 4:30. Looks like the panels are on, well, it's on float. Let's go 19.6 volts. Significantly low. We're talking about 0.2 amps. Nothing really to the batteries. 100% charge. Alright, so I have everything hooked up. Not quite hooked up the way I want it to be. This is probably going to be much lower. Just looking at how this is working out. I'm going to be moving this lower, and I think this up, probably up here somewhere where it's like nice and convenient. I have actually a lot, just now that I see everything, I'm able to kind of gauge where stuff's at, and it's just like I have to fit it all on this board right now. But in reality, what I'm going to end up doing is moving some of this around. Like that's going to have to definitely be lower, and I'll make maybe I'll make like a little enclosure for this thing and the batteries, and then this can be up on its own, kind of somewhere up here maybe. But I got to build another piece for this. So live and learn. At least it's all sitting here kind of out front to see what's going on. So we are about ready to see if we can make this cabin go off grid for the first time. So, you know, drum roll, let's see what happens. I have my master kill switch here. I'm going to turn it on. Hopefully nothing shorts out. Let's see. Okay, that's on. But now the inverter's still off. So I have power going to these cables now, and I'm going to turn the inverter on. I hear it. Now we got this nasty inverter sounding thing. What just beeped? We got lights. Check it out. So we're charging up my battery over there. That's pretty sweet. So it's a tiny little system, guys, but right now we are officially off grid. I'm charging a battery off of the sun. Oh, there's bugs getting in everywhere. Charging a battery off of the sun right now, which is charging these batteries. It basically topped those up in a matter of minutes. I haven't really ever run it down. But we're gonna see, sun's gonna be going down probably a little while. We'll probably have a little bit more sun left. It's gonna disappear behind the mountains, but there's a lot of clouds. You can see it just went away now. And now it's on float, so the batteries are actually fully charged. So I'm going to turn this little TV on and see what we can run off this thing. But you can obviously hear the inverter. Let me unplug this battery charger. So the inverter's on. It's not bad. It's not bad. It's kind of annoying, but it's not too bad. I could actually, if I put an enclosure around that, I bet I wouldn't even hear it. I bet we could put some insulation around it and let it, you know, give it some ventilation and make some trick looking thing that goes around that goes around it. Yeah, it's interesting. Cool. Well, that's awesome. Glad you guys were around to see that. It feels pretty good to get this thing working. Finally, get some panels up here and get them tested out. So now I just got to spend some time kind of changing things around, making sure everything is good. See, it's already up to 95. I wish I could tell how many amp hours this thing's drawing. Maybe I'm going to look in the instructions to see if I can see how many amp hours the system is drawing. That would be nice to see that. Alright, so I've been messing around with the system now for the last, I don't know, hour or two. Just seeing how it works as the sun is going down. It's pretty much down. It's over the hill. There's no light getting to it at this point, even though it claims that. Let's see if it's in night mode. It claims, yeah, there's no, there's virtually no power, no amperage no current getting to the system at this point because the sun's pretty much gone down. So a lot of people on Amazon were complaining about this Ames inverter. When the generator switches on, they were saying that you still have to keep it on. Yeah, that's true. Actually, to a certain degree, it is true. You do have to keep it on. And they were saying, oh, it's still noisy, the fans are still running and all that. Well, right now, I have lights on. My generator is on. It's running. It's powering the cabin. I can turn whatever I want. you know, a couple thousand watts worth of stuff on, and it's powered. So yes, part of it is true. You do have to keep this inverter powered on to allow the power to flow through and run your stuff. It does not charge the batteries when the generator's on. That's a downside. So if I stepped up to a better inverter, which Ames makes, my dad's actually got one that's a 2,000 watt and it has a charger built into it, but it's like $600 or $700. I think I talked about that before. It's an awesome inverter, way bigger than this. I mean, it's probably twice the size. It's, you know, probably 4 times as heavy. You'd have to have some, you know, decent place to mount it. It's a lot bigger. So it has a charger built into it. So when the generator's on, it draws off that, charges up your battery bank. You know, over time, what I'm going to do is probably get one of those. And then I could use this for, say, my utility trailer. It'd be perfect for charging up and running some tools and that kind of stuff off a very small system. For right now, this is perfect. And I still don't know where these flies are coming from. It's amazing. I don't know if they're born here, like they all hatched or what. I don't see a whole lot of them outside, so I'm almost wondering if it's from last season. Anyways, no, it actually does shut the inverter off. I mean, I think it's in standby mode. I don't know how many amps it's drawing right now, but it can't be. I'm gonna see if I can listen to it. There's absolutely nothing going on in there. I think it literally just shuts it off into standby mode. I'm not seeing any power being pulled from it. It looks like the batteries are holding. I'm at 80%, so I've been running it for a couple hours with a TV and some lights and stuff like that. It does pull down the power. You guys who say that I needed a couple more batteries, I think you're right. I think that if we had like 2 to 4 more batteries in here, I think that it would be perfect to run for, you know, any amount of time without a generator. But as it stands, I think we'd be fine for several hours of light. You know, putting on, you know, these lights, I think it would be just fine. You wouldn't want to run anything super powerful, you know, super high current, high draw. But it seems to be holding just fine. I guarantee in like, you know, half hour of sun, you know, good sun, this will be charged back up tomorrow morning. Especially where the stuff's positioned and where the sun comes across here. It's great. So I'm not too worried about that, as long as, you know, you can have some light in the evening. The other thing that I really think that I'm going to end up using, and I'm glad I did wire it, is I'm going to use the uninverted side. I'm going to be using 12 volt as much as I can. I think I'm actually going to wire up those 12 volt lights. I have a breaker box for 12 volt. It's all back home. I didn't plan on doing it this time anyways, but I have a marine grade fuse panel for all 12 volts, and what I could do is I can run a simple light. I could almost replace this one with a 12 volt system instead of running it off the inverter, and just run it right off this battery. It'd be phenomenal. Then we wouldn't have to run the inverter for just quick, you know, turn the lights on, see what's going on. I mean, right now it's getting dark and this is plenty of light. I got the upstairs and the downstairs one on. But maybe I could put some more, you know, some really bright lights on here when the generator's on, and, you know, then you're good to go. If you really want some light in here and, you know, lighten the mood up, you can turn those on. But for emergencies and just for battery, just when you're running off battery, I think it would really pay off to run 12 volt stuff. I can see the value in that, because this inverter does crank down some power when it's on. So I'm going to go shut off the generator right now, and I'm going to show you how it switches back on. You'll be able to hear it. I'm going to go turn it off. I'm getting ready to head out anyways tonight. The family's coming up tomorrow. I'm pretty excited to show them this stuff. So I think we made some really good progress today. It's been a fun day just working on this thing, getting this project set up. We have to do a lot of refinement. Obviously, I could probably spend another 2-3 days just like positioning all these pieces around, but just knowing that it works is, you know, like 99% of my concern. So it seems to be working really good. I'm going to go shut off the power. I'm going to go shut off the generator, and we're going to see now if the inverter kicks back on and the lights stay. And I'm going to look at the footage later on and see if it flickers or does anything weird. It's supposed to automatically switch it and be really fast. So I'm going to go check that out right now. You guys see how it goes. I'm going to disappear. Here we go. turn back on. So I'm going to check the footage to see if it made any flickers or if it was real clean. But there we go, guys. So that's really pretty good. This thing does pull down some power when it's on. These fans, there's 2 fans, there's the inverter thing. It's not like, you know, really, I don't think this is a very efficient one, but I could be wrong. It's at 77% battery right now. So it hasn't really been charging for probably the last couple hours. I mean, it's been essentially running off of this thing, and I've been kind of testing it out. So it's been running solid, different stuff around here. It's doing really good, 75, 77. So, you know, I think a couple more batteries, guys, and I think we could go all through the night with this thing on, but as it sits right now, I don't think you'd want to run that all night. I think I'd want to shut it off and, you know, just not draw any power off the system if it doesn't need to be on. I gotta head out, it's getting dark, gotta go get some dinner, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.